KXLY4, Make It Count election coverage for you tonight, and the new numbers are in Spokane's mayoral primary. Here's a look at them. It now appears that Dennis Hession is going to advance to the general election. He widened his lead just a little bit over Councilwoman Mary Verner today, but Verner, too, gained more votes when more ballots were tallied. The news is not so good for Councilman Al French. If you look at his total, he is over 10,000. He's 10,400 and change, but he's about 1,400 short of Verner. And again, it appears right now that Al French, and I do say appears, is not going to be going to the general election if these totals hold. KXLY4's Karina Shagren live in the newsroom. There are still votes to be counted, though.
Yeah, about 2,500 ballots, and those ballots will be counted tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, all of the numbers will be updated. And while it appears Al French is out of this race, his voters are incredibly crucial. Even though, again, their man is now out, it's those voters that could likely decide this race. With Verner and Hession now neck and neck, you can bet that they are now going after those undecided voters. All smiles last night for Spokane Mayor Dennis Hession as the results of yesterday's primary were released. The numbers are a sign, though, it may not be an easy ride back to the mayor's office. Gaining just over a third of the primary vote, Hession will have to continue to convince voters he is still the best man for the job. And he says he'll use the same strategy that has worked so far.
It's really about leadership and the continuity of this administration and the importance that has for the city of Spokane. And we think that that's something that we have to offer, and the citizens are responding, and I think we'll do very well in the general election.
Meanwhile, his opponent, Mary Verner, says her strategy will likely change now that she just has one opponent. She says there are several differences between herself and Hession, and she's anxious to point them out.
I'm looking forward actually to challenging Mr. Hession to a real debate. We've had several opportunities for a forum-type conversation, but I would like to engage in a real debate.
One huge difference when it comes to money, Hession still leads by a landslide. According to the Public Disclosure Commission, he's raised nearly $136,000 so far. He spent most of it, but still has $24,000 remaining. Meanwhile, supporters have contributed $41,000 to Verner's campaign, and it's nearly gone. She has just over $1,000 heading into the general election. And while voter turnout for the primary was considered low, just 28%, County Auditor Vicki Dalton expects more participation in November, making the push for support that much more important.
I think we're going to see the general be a bit higher. There's some countywide issues that'll be on there, statewide issues, so that will, I think, draw more interest to the ballot, more people returning their ballots.
And Dalton hopes to have this election certified September 5th. You will receive your general election ballot in the mail sometime mid-October. Live in the newsroom, Karina Shagren, KXLY4.